and one of the nation's most sought-after safety recruits in St. Peter's Prep standout, Jayden Bonsu. The hard-hitting New Jersey product has narrowed its focus to Alabama, Miami, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Penn State. All 5 programs recruiting at a high level right now. Alabama is the nation's #1 class. The Buckeyes are #4. Miami's #9. Penn State's #11. And Michigan State, #25, as Mel Tucker and his staff aim to finish in the top 25 for a second straight cycle. With that, let's welcome in Jayden. Jayden, how are you?
Great.
Hey, congratulations, man. It's your big day, and I know some of the best programs in the country were courting you and recruiting you at a high caliber. What were you looking for in a program?
Just a great relationship. I established that with the school that I committed to.
For you, when you went on visits, when you talked to coaches, what were some of the boxes you were trying to check in narrowing this thing down to 1?
Playing early, most definitely, that was a big priority for me. And making it a second home. It's not just about being on the field, but also off the field. And when I was off the field, I felt like home as well.
How close was this decision for you down the stretch? You know, it seemed like at one point one program led, then at another. You know, how close was this down the stretch here and getting it down to the one you're going to pick today?
It was real close, but me and my family reevaluated multiple times, and we came down to a decision.
And before you get into that decision, talk about the people sitting next to you on stage and the impact that they had on you in getting to this moment.
Without them, none of this would be possible. I love them the most, my parents. That's my support system, man. They're always going to do what's best for me, and I love them for that.
All right, Jayden, the time is now to let everybody know where you'll be playing your college football.
Okay. Nice one. First and foremost, I would like to thank God and my family for being there for me every step of this journey. Lord knows it's been a long one. I want to thank every coach and trainer that has pushed me to be the best person I can be on and off the field. To my prep family, my OTT family, I love y'all, and thank you for pushing me to be great every day. I would like to thank my parents for being there for me and my siblings and leading us down the right path in this world. I love y'all the most. Thank you to all of the people who came and showed their support today. I really appreciate it. I would like to thank my teammates, past and present. I would like to thank my coaches, past and present. Lastly, I appreciate all of the colleges who took their time to offer me an opportunity to play for their program. It is truly a blessing to be in this position. I never took it lightly. But now I have made my decision. With that being said, for the next 3 years, I'll be continuing my athletic and academic career at
Ohio State lands a punishing tackler, one of the most sought-after safeties in the country, Jayden Bonsu, adding to a recruiting class that's ranked #4 nationally. Jayden, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What was it that put Ohio State over the top and allowed them to land your commitment over Alabama, Miami, Michigan State, and Penn State?
My relationship with Coach Eliano and Coach Day was second to none. Being in Columbus, it felt like a second home for me, and it just made sense once I had that home feeling.
Yeah, Coach Eliano was hired in January. You were one of the first prospects he went and saw. What allowed you to click with him? And then talk about your trajectory as a player playing under him.
What allowed me to click under him because we connected on a deeper level than just on the field. So that was mostly what it was. And on a scheme standpoint, he explains to me that I'm very versatile, could play any 3 safety positions, but he would start me out at the bandit position.
What else caught your eye about Ohio State? You know, it was a program that you strongly considered most of your process. What were some of the other things that make it an awesome fit?
Just the city of Columbus and the culture that Ohio State has just fits me. And me and my family evaluated that and we chose this decision.
2 forced fumbles this past year, 2 more interceptions, a lot of woo hits on your tape. Just talk about the kind of player that Ohio State's getting in you.
Again, the dog, a player was positive on and off the field, good in the classroom, good on the field, and just an all-around positive player.
What kind of impact did Coach Day and Coach Knowles have on your recruitment? Obviously, Coach Day has had Ohio State there on the cusp, looking to get them back into the national championship circle, and then they brought in Coach Knowles to run that defense.
Yeah, Coach Knowles helped out a lot. We spent plenty of time in the film room on our visits. He was going over the defensive scheme that was safety-driven, and it really sparked the eye for me.
Well, congratulations on being the latest Buckeye. Jayden Bonsu picks Ohio State over Alabama, Penn State, Miami, and Michigan State. And for more coverage on his commitment, check out Bill Kurelic and Bucknuts.com. And we're going to bring in Brian Doan, 24/7 Sports national analyst, to come in and talk about what Jayden Bonsu brings to Ohio State. Brian, how are you, my man?
I'm doing well, man. That's good stuff. Watching his mom get emotional and Jayden get emotional with his family there. That's good stuff right there.
He's going to bring a lot of passion to the back end of Ohio State secondary, and they're going to need him, man. It's kind of a room that's thinning out. Josh Proctor will exhaust his eligibility after the season. Ronnie Hickman, he's a guy that I could easily see going early and announcing for the NFL draft after what should be a successful season for him this fall. Ohio State landed the #1 safety in the country last year, Sonny Styles, but it's a major need for them in this class, and they go out and land one of the nation's best.
Yeah, I think when you start off, Steve, you mentioned the passion. That was one of the things that he told me that he connected the most with Coach Eliano, was just Coach Eliano's passion to coach, to make him a better player. And then when you look at Jayden on the field, look, he's a kid I've seen play live numerous times. I was at his practice late last month when it looked like he was going to decide in late July. And he plays fast, and he's really at his best as a downhill guy in the box safety. I mean, like you mentioned when you were speaking with him, he will come down and crush you. There's some hits that he has on tape you see in person where he just buries the poor ball carrier. He's really instinctive with plays in front of him and running downhill. I think right now he's best suited to play in the box. He's physical. He's a good tackler. He can stack and shed. He'll sift through a bunch of traffic to find the ball carrier. And then the next step kind of in his evolution as a player is, look, they play him at nickel. They play him at safety. And it's just kind of getting the footwork and the hip looseness. So if you want to play him in nickel and maybe have him play some nickel instead of safety, where he can do that and cover down the field. But I think he's a kid that has a huge ceiling. And listen, when you think of Ohio State defense, you think of physical, you think of hitters on the back end of the defense, and that's exactly what he is.
Well, maybe this New Jersey native can come in and fill the shoes of Ronnie Hickman, who's obviously from New Jersey as well. He's got himself a 3-year date with Ohio State, he said there as he announced his decision. But physically, he looks like he can come in and play right away. And certainly he's one of the hardest hitters on film that I've watched in this class.
Yeah, no, you're right. He can come in and play right away, and hey, at least he's honest. You know what his goals are: 3 years and move on. And you mentioned Ronnie Hickman, and him and Hickman spent a lot of time together when he was on his official visit to Ohio State. Both North Jersey guys. Jayden actually started his high school career at DePaul Catholic in North Jersey, which is where Ronnie Hickman played. There's a lot of similarities between their games. And a lot of people may not know it. Ronnie Hickman was an unbelievable lacrosse player early in his high school career. And he just fell in love with football. And he spoke with Bonsu just about the whole physical aspect of what's needed when you played Ohio State on the defense. Listen, I think obviously when you talk to Jayden, he's kind of low key with a lot of stuff, and that's off the field. But on the field, he knows his assignments. You can see how hard he works in the film room. There's plays that he reads where he knows where the ball's going before the quarterback knows where it's going, in some of those plays in games from last season. I just think the world of him, and if he continues to develop his coverage skills, boy, his ceiling is going to increase big time.
Well, Coach Perry Eliano played a big part in Cincinnati's rise. and developing some terrific defensive backs there. Ahmad Gardner and Kobe Bryant, who won the Thorpe Award. Now he's at Ohio State. He's trying to load up that safety room. They went out for Jayden Bonsu today. They have Malik Hartford, who was another coveted player from in-state. Those two guys are interchangeable. You're not going to find a better safety combination duo coming to any program nationally than those two. Those two are right up there with the best of the best. And then they also have Cedric Hawkins from the Sunshine State committed, who could play in that role, also play in a nickel role. 3 more defensive backs committed for Ohio State: Jermaine Matthews, Kayan Lee, and Calvin Simpson Hunt, the speedster from the Lone Star State. So that's 6 DBs committed for Ohio State here in this class, Brian. It's the number 4 haul in America. Jayden Bonsu, the latest to join the fold. Thank you for coming on and talking about him. Thanks to all of you guys for tuning in and watching this commitment. And again, for more coverage on Bonsu to Ohio State, head over to bucknuts.com, www.ohiostate.247sports.com for more. Take care, y'all, and we'll see you the next time on the 24/7 Sports YouTube channel.